The Honduras Residency by Investment Program as of the 2nd of July 2019 had visa-free or visa-free on arrival access to 135 countries and territories, ranking the Honduran passport 37th in terms of travel freedom, tied with the passports of Dominica and El Salvador. And this passport includes the countries of the Schengen countries and also Russia and the UAE. I'm going to go over some things with you that I think that you'd be interested in, but if you'll go to our website for more information at www.citizenshipquickly.com, and you can get more information on other videos also. You would need to invest about 50,000 US dollars into a business in Honduras to actually get residency by investment in Honduras. You can apply for citizenship after 1 year if you're born in Central America. If you're a Spaniard or Spanish American by birth, you can apply after 2 years for citizenship. Any person who's resided in Honduras for at least 3 years, and you can be from any country in the world, can apply for citizenship after 3 years of living there. You have to be proficient in Spanish language to get the passport. I can tell you from dealing with countries in Central America that the passport's going to take you a lot longer than what these figures are here. These are basic statutory periods. They never go by them, though. You're looking at 6 to 12 years at least, no matter what a Central American lawyer tells you. This is how long it's going to take you at least to get the passport. And that's assuming that you know the Spanish language pretty efficiently. Dual citizenship is permitted if the situation comes under any of the 5 conditions that I'm going to go over with you here. One is if you're a child of Honduran citizens and you're actually born abroad. A Honduran, or number 2 is a Honduran who acquires foreign citizenship by marriage. And number 3 is a person granted citizenship by act of the National Congress there in Honduras. And number 4 is citizens of countries with which Honduras has a dual nationality treaty. And number 5 is Hondurans that are seeking citizenship of countries with which Honduras has a dual nationality treaty with that country. So you'll have to actually look at, and we can help you with that too, depending on what country you're actually from. Health care is limited but quite poor in the outer areas of Honduras. The most recent statistics show that Honduras had the 4th highest homicide rate per capita of any country in the world because of gangs and illegal drug selling. But I'll be honest with you, if you're not involved with drug trafficking and you're not involved with gangs, your chances of getting having a problem with somebody shooting you or robbing you, it's actually pretty low. There are a lot of cities in the U.S. that are a lot worse. The Honduran people are among the poorest in Latin America with a gross national income per capita of $1,700 US dollars a year, and the average for Central America is $7,000 US dollars a year. One thing that's nice about Honduras that I do like is they've got a territorial tax system. In fact, every country in Central America has a territorial tax system, and this is where you don't have to pay taxes on any money made outside the country. And in a lot of cases, you end up paying less in taxes in this approach because due to the fact they have local income taxes, you're able to escape that if you make your income abroad. But what happens is you don't have a lot of import duties, so it keeps everything real cheap. And then you don't have taxes on top of that if your income's made outside the country, so you can really benefit from this type of system. In fact, Central America, actually, if you look at taxes, and I'm talking about total overall taxes. I'm not talking about just income, corporate taxes. I'm talking about import duties, any sort of stamp duties, all these different taxes, VAT, everything. When you add up all that stuff, Central America actually has some of the lowest overall taxes at the cheapest cost to live in of any country in the world. Only the income earned in Honduras, like I said, is taxed. Business income tax is 25% on annual profits on income earned in Honduras. Capital gains earned by non-residents from selling real estate that's located in Honduras is taxed at a fixed 10% rate. The sales tax in Honduras is 15% and 18% on tobacco and alcohol sales. Okay, I'm going to give you my evaluation on the Residency by Investment program for Honduras, and it is as follows. The passport is actually a pretty good passport. It does allow dual citizenship under certain conditions, but it's going to take you years to get the passport with no really definite time period to get this done. The crime rate's quite high, but one key advantage is the labor cost is very low there. If you have a business, great way to outsource, but you're right there where your employees are. And boy, you can keep your labor costs really low in places like this. And they've got a great territorial tax system in place where you can escape all income taxes if your income is generated outside of Honduras. Food, medical, and housing costs are extremely low in Honduras. So, you have to look at everything across the board. Are you willing, because the lifestyle is a different type of lifestyle, very laid back. But anyway, remember, these are things I've gone over with other videos. That remember, a good fast track program, if this is what you're looking for, has the following traits. And I would tell you, don't bypass these traits when you're making a decision on getting a citizenship and passport, at least for the first passport that you're actually getting. Get a citizenship program you can get as long as you have no civil or criminal past. A lot of residency by investment countries don't go by their statutory requirements after the minimum residency requirements have been made, therefore, messing up your plans for passport in a reasonable amount of time. And number two is make sure that the country that you're applying for has the military requirements. You don't want to get your legs blown up and make the whole situation a nightmare. And number three is make sure the tax system that's in place for that country is either territorial or a pure tax haven, and does not tax worldwide income if you're actually living there all the time. And Honduras does not tax worldwide income if you live there. So it's got a real good tax program there. And I would make sure that also, the country you're picking, do you know the language already? If you want to go through all the hassles of learning a new language, just make sure you're prepared that you're definitely going to learn the language, because I'm going to tell you, I've seen so many people not get a passport, either because the passport, it takes forever to get, or they got a problem with learning the language. And this is something you really have to take into consideration, because you're going to have to learn the language to get the passport in Honduras. And also verify that they've got dual citizenship. Now, they do have it in certain circumstances in Honduras, depending on what country you're from. So we'd have to check with you and find out, what country you're from and help you on that. But the key thing is too, I'd always try to make sure that the passport is going to at least give you visa-free travel to the Schengen countries, which are most of the main countries in Europe. And those are the ones that you're going to be probably traveling through when you, almost any place you go to in Europe or in other places of the world, you're going to be transitioning through that area, and you don't have to get visas everywhere you go. And one thing I do like about Honduras is those countries are covered with that passport, which is real nice. So these are things you need to take in consideration. Anyway, if you're interested in getting more videos on this, if you'll hit the subscribe button to the right of your screen, you'll get all these new videos as they come out automatically. And number two is I'd like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll try to do what I can to answer your question there. And number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. We deal with about 67 citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries. Not just Honduras. We deal with almost every country in the world just about has a residency by investment program and or either citizenship by investment. And these are your best and quickest ways to get passport there. You get a kind of a step up from just trying to go in and not invest any money. The countries will give you a priority if you do this. And but we're partial to St. Kitts because St. Kitts it checks all the boxes. You could go to about 152 countries as I'm doing this video, visa-free or visa-free on arrival, countries and territories. And there's no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax. You can, the weather's nice all year round. They've got pretty good health care. You get free medical if you're over 62 years old in the hospitals, and free dental if you're over 60 with the government type program they've got there. And you don't have to learn any sort of language if if you don't even know English. You're fine. There's no test that you got to take. All they want to do is make sure that you can invest in a property of at least $200,000, or you can make a contribution. The property investment's a lot better than making the contribution, because you're investing your money with the real estate investment. So anyway, if you got a question or comment, just put it there, and we'll in the comment section, and we'll see what we can do to help you. There's a question bar at the top of the website. You can hit that and answer those questions, and we'll get back with you on there. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you on the next video. Take care.